What's up, collector fam? It's your boy Tony the Toyrat. And in 20 years of collecting action figures, toys, and statues, what I find to be the coolest thing is the ability to look back in history and see whether what they did 20 years ago meets with my expectations for what it should be today. So today, I have the opportunity to go over this particular action figure from our friends at Marvel Select, which is Iceman, and compare it to the action figure that's still in the closed box from Toys Biz in 2004. The only problem I have is I didn't have any additional support, another Toyrat. So I enlisted the support of someone you guys might be familiar with. Isn't that right? Tony.
Hey, everybody.
Do me a favor, man.
Yeah.
Grab the other Iceman.
Got it.
Come out here and join me real quick.
Okay.
Let's show these people the differences.
Hey.
Alright, guys.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
This is what I have. The Marvel Select. He's got the Marvel Legend.
Yeah, I got the Marvel Legend. Yep. That's what I got.
Hang on. Hold your horses for a second.
Didn't say anything.
I think I'm going to go first. So,
Of course.
just hang back and let's talk packaging.
Typical.
First things first.
Typical.
Unlike the old one, this guy has some pretty cool packaging. They have some forethought into what he looks like as an action figure, giving you a pretty good preview of it overall. The packaging on the inside is way different feeling, right?
Yeah.
Than the
Yes.
one that you have today from the old one. The old one had this really hard plastic feel. There's got a lot of cardboard aspect on here. Again, more of that's for diagramming the actual action figure. So they spent a lot of time doing that. And I guess that's cool. From a recyclable standpoint, unfortunately, in most places, the only thing that's recyclable is the cardboard. That plastic winds up going in the trash.
That sucks.
So,
That's true. That sucks.
what do you think about? What about your packaging?
My packaging is pretty much standard from what it would have been in 2004. It's that really hard case plastic. The stuff that you actually need a razor or a scissors to cut open, or you're never going to get it open. It's kind of like belted up together. But in terms of packaging, this was the full plastic thing with a comic book inside, which that one doesn't come with. So,
Okay. Well, don't get too far ahead of yourself.
I'm not.
We're going to get there.
Okay.
The next thing we wanted to talk about is the accessories, since we started in that vein of thought here.
Okay.
So he's got some pretty cool, my guy's got some pretty cool accessories here, and basically it looks like mostly ice constructs. There is sort of a base piece that sits behind them. It's hard to tell from inside the box. Turn it around though, and that's kind of this display item that they have sitting in the back here. So, I don't know. Me personally, I'm thinking there is an opportunity where they could do some better things on this particular box with the constructs here. There is another portrait, and that's something to note, where I'm pretty sure that doesn't come in the other packaging. So he's got two portraits in this space here, and one you can switch off the head basically. He's also got two belts. One sort of an X-Men belt, which is up here at the top, and one that he's wearing, which is like, I don't know, this blocky Captain Planet thing that he's got going on right here. But for the most part, all of these things appear to be sort of ice constructs, things he might shoot, throw, or otherwise utilize in battle. They don't do a very good job of telling me that in the back here, though. So
I agree with that. Yep.
What about you?
I think mine is better for that, to be honest with you.
Okay, yours is better. Just tell them why.
Okay, I was about to. Just don't interrupt me. This has a sentinel hand as a base. I'm not sure you guys can see that, but it is super cool, and that's where he sticks out of. And
all valid points.
Hold on, it doesn't have as many of the constructs as yours has, but it does allow on the back. It shows how he's pushing off the ice, like the old school Spider-Man and Friends. So this one's a more dynamic one.
I think yours is the older Marvel Legends what they come with anyway is set up to look more like
Action.
an action setup
Exactly.
than a museum quality that I've got in my hands. So, of course, the eye of the beholder here, but outside looking in, literally outside looking in, I would say that's an accurate statement.
Okay.
So, let's compare the year these things were built. Mine was built in 2023. I gave it a 2024, and this one was
2004.
okay. So this is literally 20 years apart.
Yeah.
From that.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what we're after here, is to determine whether they did so much better 20 years later that it's worth you making the purchase. Because the other thing to compare is the cost.
Money.
Originally, what was the cost of yours?
$7.99. $7.99.
And this one is labeled $29.99. So is inflation over 20 years equal to $29.99? Are they exactly the same?
Carry the one.
Kind of tough to say. It's going to be pretty close.
It is.
But should that be exactly where it should be? Should they be exactly the same as it was 20 years ago? If that is the case, I don't know.
I don't know either.
What else is there to look at? The character likeness.
Okay.
What about you? I'll let you go first on the character likeness here.
Yeah, man.
What do you think?
I mean, like, I would say they're very similar in likeness. I mean, everything I'm used to is like what you're used to. It says he gets frozen, his head kind of turns into a cube. I don't like the portrait on him. He does look robotic and ugly. But that being said, the character likeness looks like him.
I think, from my perspective, there's two different portraits here which give him a little bit of a leg up in the character likeness. Like you said, the character likeness on yours is he's bald. He's got the bald set up.
Yeah.
I think originally that's all I ever recall seeing of Iceman is like when he froze over, this whole thing was like slick. Even in the cartoons with Spider-Man and his amazing friends, which are beloved to all of us old heads.
Me and you.
But I do believe it gives him an edge up in the portrait department to have something to switch out here. That's a positive and a negative. A lot of people know that I am not a huge fan of, once you take this out of the box, not having a fantastic location to put them in. And if you have dozens and dozens of action figures, it can be a small problem. Small problem, but a problem nonetheless.
And I'm not looking for problems to solve.
I can
But
handle
in
it.
any case,
I'll handle it.
It still does give this particular Iceman a leg up in the likeness department.
so really,
The only thing left here is the dynamic posability, and we really talked this one through already.
We did.
This is sort of museum quality, and yours is
Action pose. Mine's ready for fire. Let's go.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what do we have to say at the end of this? Well,
Mine's better.
I would say at the end of this,
This one's better. Did you say this one's better?
the old version wins over the new version in dynamic posability. The old version wins over the new version in accessories given. They are pretty much equal. If I'm not equating an additional portrait, which I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of, they're pretty much equal in the overall likeness.
Yeah.
So the packaging would be the last possible thing. And this is a nicer packaging.
It is nice.
It is, although I will say the old one is the stronger packaging. Okay, that's it. This is the comparison between the 2024 Iceman from Marvel Select and
The 2004 Marvel Legends.
and this is Tony the Toyrat, and I'm
Out.